And welcome back to a new What If. And as you can see here, this is a big one. Wow, not as big as the last one. The last one was huge in terms of the amount of people asking for that. And trust me, I got a couple more on the list that are huge in terms of the people asking for them. This is a sizable one, though. This one comes to us from Adam B., FaZe Drizzle, John Miller, Andre Nell, Eddie Gomez, Sammy Raj, Stuart M., that might be Metox, Quasim underscore Muhammad Quasim, or Chasm. I think I don't know if I can even make that. Aki Coven and Wade Wilson. You asked the question, what if Mikoto Uchiha had adopted Naruto? Now this, as an idea, actually does make some sense. Because Mikoto, I believe in canon, it was actually Kushina's best friend, or at least one of her best friends. And Kushina, likewise, was also one of Mikoto's best friends. So it would make sense, and they were both, roughly speaking, pregnant at the same time, giving birth near the same time. So it would actually make some sense. Just before her good friend gave birth, she met up with her while walking through the street with her new baby boy, Sasuke, and the third's wife. So, yeah, this actually doesn't make sense that they could adopt him. Now, we have to go into the assumption for a minute that the reason no clan actually adopted Naruto is because of the Fox's stats. They didn't want one clan to have leverage over the village or any other clan because they had to keep Ninetales. But let's paint the scenario. It is after the fact of Kurama being sealed back into Naruto, or being sealed again, this time into Naruto. And the council is having a debate of what to do with the child. This is the Fox child. This is the container of Kyuubi. And for the most part, people are saying, yeah, no, we can't have another, we can't have one clan have control of the Ninetales. He's got to be put in an orphanage. And everyone is in debate. Now, in terms of that, if there is, assuming there is a council, because most fanfics that I've read, there is a shinobi council, there is a civilian council, there are heads of those councils, and the heads of the shinobi are the heads of each clan in the village. Assuming that is in fact the case, which does make some sense. I would imagine that that would be, from a background standpoint, behind the scenes standpoint, a fact, or at least a accurate statement to make. There is the concept of these clan heads in the council. Obviously, this would not be a civilian matter. They would have kept it out. Now, obviously, it would have leaked out eventually. The civilians are dumb, apparently. Like, the civilian population did not like Naruto. But Mikoto would not be there. Initially, she wouldn't be there. Because her husband, let me get the guy's name up here. I always forget how to pronounce his name. Fugaku. Fugaku was the head of the clan, so he would be the one there. But as they're kind of selling on the debate, because I don't even think Fukaku would initially be the one which voice is like, no, he should be belonging to the Uchiha clan. No, because that raises suspicion. For many years, the Uchiha clan was going to, was talking about raising a coup because their status in the village was just taken away, basically, and they were going to do a coup and basically take over the village. And she was going to be part of that coup. But that said, the situation has changed a little bit. In this version, Mikoto does actually arrive, because she is actually labeled as a Jonin. She has the rank of Jonin. So it isn't a question of if she's not capable of being there. It's a question of why would she be there. Having heard that her best friend Kushina gave birth but is no longer there, she shows up. And everyone is a little surprised. Even Fugaku's a little surprised. Like, Mikoto, what is the problem? Why are you here? It's like I'm here to offer myself as the adoptee of the Naruto Uzumaki. You can't, Mikoto. You can't be. Are you certain of this? Why? Why are you doing this? We can't take the boy in. Even though they want the Ninetales, they can't make it known that they want the Ninetales. But Mikoto pretty much just says that he was the son of my friend. He was the son of my best friend, and if I had passed away with Sasuke and Sasuke had no one, I'm certain Kushina would have taken him in. So I'm going to do justice I'm going to do service by my friend and take in her son. He'll be safe under. We promise not to abuse our authority with the Nine Tails. Promise. If you really don't believe us, you can have Amu stationed around us. Have us surveillance, which Fugaku's not happy with that. Now, I'm altering Mikoto a little bit here because remember, Mikoto, as I said earlier, was part of the coup plan. She was part of that. In fact, we actually don't know how many of those Uchiha were part of that plan. I can't imagine it was literally everyone but Sasuke. And Itachi. I can't imagine that. But in this, I can see her relationship with her friend and her maternal instincts, seeing as she had only recently given birth herself, kind of taking over on that. Because we know right now Sasuke's not with her. Sasuke is being raised by Itachi, is being taken care of by Itachi. Itachi had him on that night. So yeah, she's there and she's standing tall. It's like, and then Sarutobi just looks at her and is like, Fugaku, you are the head of the clan. Do you agree to these terms? To which Fugaku's just now looking at her, and she's giving that looks like, try me. See if you're getting any of this. Try me. But all more like it's like, if my wife is willing to take on the responsibility and any further placements of protection that you might provide, then I cannot refuse my wife's request. And he looks inside Mikoto. Mikoto, you are aware of what you're asking, what is being asked in return. And she goes, and she just nods like, I'm aware of this, Sarutobi, Lord Hokage. It's like, very well. Then the only thing left is to call the vote. Knowing that they'll be under not just the watch of the Uchiha, but under the watch of the Hokage, the village itself, including the office of the Hokage. What say you? Now, there would not be a unanimous vote, but it would probably be a majority vote. And given the fact that there is the Shikamaru, the Naras, Inoichi, Akimichi, Hyuga, Aburame, Uchiha, Hyuga. That's 7. Am I missing it? I mean, the Kurama clan is non-canon. They're not in the manga. They're in the anime filler arcs. Am I missing any? Don't say you're missing Namikaze. You're missing Senju. They're not in the village. And as far as we know, Minato was the only Namikaze, so that doesn't count. And Tsunade's out of the village. I think that's all the clans. I might be missing one. So basically, with the Uchiha, that's one official vote, obviously. So essentially, they need 4 out of 5 votes. Hyuga would not agree to it, guaranteed. I think the Nara, being the more logical and intelligent probably of all of them, would agree to it. If they're agreeing, and Noichi and Akimichi are agreeing. So there you go. And Shino would probably agree too. Although I doubt the Inuzuka would be as happy about that. Ultimately, though, yes, they agree and they take Naruto in. So later that night, as you know, she's giving Naruto a bottle, feeding him, and he's like, my word, you've got quite the appetite. You're just like your mom. And he goes to sleep, and he's actually sleeping in a crib right next to Sasuke. And they're both saying, "It's a very excellent play, Mikoto. This will do well, right?" We don't know, by the way, how long they were planning the coup, but given the age Sasuke is roughly reported to be, he's not even in the academy yet, as far as I know. And if you spend about 3 years in the academy, you graduate around 12. That means you're probably going around 8 or 9. I think Sasuke is supposed to be around 5 or 6, give or take. So I could see them planning a coup for that many years, but I don't know. It's it's left ambiguous just how long they were planning that coup. So yeah, point being, you can make an argument they were planning from this earliest stage, but you can make an argument against that too, simply because it wasn't their intent to release the Nine-Tailed Fox. So, yeah. Either way, maybe they were considering it, but they needed something, and they couldn't get the fox from Kushina because she was ancient jerky and a pretty effective one at that. But now that it's shown, we can use this. We can use this. The boy. We finally have the fox on us. Assuming we are ever able to get a chance. Thanks. Those contingencies of Hokage's place. To which Mikoto actually looks and is like, we will not do any such thing, Fugaku. It's like, Excuse me, Mikoto? Excuse me, you may... on May I remind you that I am the head of the clan. We talked about this, and you were in agreement. That's true, but... That's true, but... I can't. I can't. I mean, he's just a boy, and what would Kushina think? We can't do that to her son. We just can't. And Mikoto's like, we have a duty. We have a duty. Why does... Now, here's the thing. She seemed pretty adamant when Itachi confronted her about what they were doing, but at the same time... you could make an argument he ultimately was able to just convince her and maybe not brainwash her, but kind of just make her think this is the only way. Being now that she's a mother figure, and now she's got all the maternal instincts flowing through her, and the hormones. I won't let you. You could be a great asset to us with the fox instead of with taking the fox. I mean, we don't have to do that. You're saying we could turn him against the village? I'm not saying anything, but he's just a child of Fugaku. Very well. We'll see what happens. For now. It's too soon anyway. We've got many years before we can actually implement any sort of such plan. So, that's how it starts off. With, Naruto being, raised by Mikoto and the Uchihas. He is not Naruto Uzumaki, nor is he Naruto Namikaze. He is Naruto Uzumaki. His last name becomes his middle name, Uchiha. And him, Sasuke, and Itachi are raised as brothers. And it really helps to have a high ball of energy like Naruto around that really keeps Sasuke in his place and keeps Itachi on his toes. There's a lot of fun, and Makoto's just happy to see such smiling faces on her boys. She really... Now, that being said, Naruto can tell... I think Naruto very early on can tell he doesn't look anything like his mom and his dad and things along those lines. And very early, it's like, we're not your birth parents. We adopted you. Your birth parents died in the fox attack years ago. Now you adopted you. Your mother was a good friend of mine. I took myself to adopt her and love you like you were my own. No matter what, even though she may have given birth to you, I will always see you as my son. And he's like, Naruto just kind of like would just kind of pause and just give his mom a big, he's like, it's okay, Mom. I was like, I love you. No matter what, you'll always be my mom. And that kind of just puts tears to her eyes. I was like, just like Dad's always going to be my dad. And even Fugaku is just like, and he's kind of a little taken back by this, that Naruto literally just looks at him like a father figure. And it does make him, he's still a kind of a serious individual from what I understand. His personality was very stern, at least to Sasuke, and uncaring, while he was seen as a father figure to the rest of the clan. As Itachi was a successor to clan head, he spent much of his time focusing on Itachi. But Fugaku switched his attention to Sasuke, having lost hope in Itachi's way, and was only impressed by great feats and rarely praised him alone. But that's not to say that he didn't love his kids or love his family. Because outward, I'm reading this verbatim, by the way, because I have his bio up here. Outwardly seemed very strict and neglectful towards his eldest son and youngest sons, respectively. Coupled with his devotion focused to clan's welfare led him to hateful and non-negotiable. He was still a very caring individual towards his son. According to Mikoto, when she and Fugaku were alone, he would mostly, if not only, talk about Sasuke, while trying to motivate Sasuke to improve. And I could see that happening here too. He probably harbors like some negativity towards Fugaku, but that never stops Naruto, I think, because he has his mom there, Mikoto, who's very warm and caring towards him, from saying that, yeah, no matter what, and I know things can be tough sometimes with a clan. Because I could say this is probably maybe a year before the coup actually happens, and at this point they've really been talking and planning it. But Naruto actually looks at it like, no matter, I know things can be tough for you, and I know you're tough on us because you want the best for us. But no matter what, you'll always be my dad too. And that actually takes Fugaku by a bit surprises. It's like, if you're my son, then prove it to me. All right, fine, I will. And he goes out and he actually, he's practicing. Now, obviously, he doesn't have a Sharingan like the rest of the clan. He's got the 5-star and his Uzumaki, heritage, DNA, his durability and stamina, and somewhat regenerative healing factor. Not a Wolverine level healing factor. It's not a Kekkei Genkai. I hate when people keep telling me it's a Kekkei Genkai. It's not a Kekkei Genkai. It's just that but it's kind of like the Senjus. Their vitality isn't a Kekkei Genkai. The Kekkei Genkai was the re-release. Now, is it inherent in the people? Sure. Is it a technique? A Kekkei Genkai is more of a technique, a bloodline trait. Because look at something like the Inuzukas, the Kiba's clan. They're physically more able than most ninjas because they have their dog style. But that's not a Kekkei Genkai. That's a clan-based technique. They are biologically a little different, but it's a clan-based technique. Same kind of like with the Uzumaki and the Senju. Yes, it's in their blood, but they don't have any special techniques because of it. The adamantium change, you might be able to make an argument for. But in terms of their vitality, their chakra, all that, no, it's not a Kekkei Genkai. It's because it's not a technique. It's just kind of their natural DNA. Whereas whereas you can usually mold chakra into something. At least it's never called a Kekkei Genkai. I should note that if it is one, it's never called a Kekkei Genkai. So just want to get that out of the way. Point is, and he's still practicing. He doesn't have the keen eyes of an Uchiha, but he's still gotten pretty good because he's actually been able to train at first change with his brother, Sasuke and Itachi. And he's gotten pretty good at the Sharingan, not as good. But one thing that I think Naruto would show off is the fact that he still hasn't been able to get fire done because fire is not his main attribute. What he does have is because, all the Uchiha learned like the fireball jutsu. It's like, hey, Dad, I can do this too. And it's like, I can't do the fire style jutsu like Sasuke and Itachi can. But that's because Itachi and Niso gave me that chakra paper you guys had to figure out my nature. Turns out I don't have fire nature. I got this great breakthrough. And he just does a great breakthrough. Just, in which even Fugaku's like, there aren't many wind users in the village. That is rare. It's like, and combined with, and we were talking about it because wind apparently complements fire. That means to me it's Sasuke and Itachi and Niso are going to be a great squad together. Me and Sasuke figured out so many tag team moves. It's going to be awesome. And Sasuke's like, that's right, yeah. I can see Sasuke just being have just an infectiously positive attitude thanks to Naruto being there. And then even Fugaku's like, and he just turns around and Naruto's like, but he's got that smile. He's waiting for it. Come on. That is impressive. Because keep growing, keep growing, and keep impressing, and you'll keep impressing me. Good work. And it's like, yeah, we got a compliment, yeah. And Mikoto's like, smiling, and meanwhile, the whole idea of the coup is happening. Is the coup going to happen? Because Mikoto at this point is now very just. She's like, I don't want to do it. She's actually now looking at Fugaku. Like, I know we've been talking about this for years, but I look at them. I don't want to do it. I can't do that to them. They're innocent in this. They have no idea what we want to do. And Fugaku, even he's a little. Well, I know, but we cannot back down now. We cannot do this. We cannot not go through with this. And Mikoto was just, sorry, and she's got tears, and I was like, forgive me. Like, at this point, forgive me. So there comes the night of Itachi killing the clan, and he slaughters them. And last but not least, there's Fugaku and Mikoto, and they're standing there, and and they basically say that last moments before they were there, or the last moments he had with them, is he confronts them, and he confronts his parents. And Mikoto said they did not resist and told Itachi they were proud of him, promised to take care of Sasuke before he killed them. Basically, that's what happens. And Mikoto, unlike this, where they're both stone-faced and prepared to die, Mikoto, because at this point now she's going through it because she made a promise, and she couldn't not go through it at that point. But she's breaking down into tears. It's like I don't want to. I look at Itachi, and she starts kind of breaking down. Even Fugaku's holding her hand there, and she says, like, I wanted to go through with this for so many years, but then I had Sasuke, and then I had Naruto, and she starts just crying and breaking down. I saw what else could be, and I could see just the smiles on her face, And she's thinking, like, this is going to be the last thing I say. He's like, so just promise me you'll take care of them both, Itachi. And he's looking at, and he's, obviously remember, Itachi was breaking down too. And he just, and takes his sword. Fugaku drops. But Mikoto doesn't. And she sees her husband out, and her eyes opens. And Sasuke goes in Dad? Dad! And Naruto looks at this and says, Isan, why? And Mikoto is looking at Naruto, Sasuke! Stay back! And, Itachi doesn't get the chance to really do much. He's able to kind of use his Mangekyo to kind of mess them up a little bit and keep them there, but he hightails it out of there. But right before, Mikoto actually just kind of whispers, "Why, Itachi? Why him?" And he just looks like, and he just looks at his mom's like, or whispers briefly to his mom while he's got Sasuke and Naruto paused there, that had you faced death like father would, I would have had no choice but to do it too. I'd kill you, slay you too, and it would have brought me no joy. And as he still got his tears in his eyes. But the fact is, you mourned. You were mourning for what was going to happen. You were feeling regret for everything you were doing. Because remember, in the original, they were stone-faced. They had no regrets of what they were doing. They made their choice. And this, Mikoto had changed. Sasuke alone was not enough to make her change, unfortunately. Change her what she was going to do. But Naruto being there, seeing her friend there, seeing the promise she made to her friend, and seeing the life she's made for him, and the life they've made for her, it changed. It changed to the point where she actually felt regret for what she was about to do. And he basically just says, "Raise them, take care of them," and if you choose to tell them what happened, what actually happened here today, then tell them. If not, I will not blame you for that either. But the coup ends tonight, Mother. I hope that may this regret you feel be real, because if not, I will return, and I will do what I must for the village and for Sasuke and Naruto, and for that, and after that, he just disappears. To which Naruto and Sasuke finally kind of like get out of their stupor, and they were like, "Dad!" And they were like, "Dad, why?" They're crying, and Mikoto grabs them both, and he's holding them in their mourning. Now, in the anime, here's the thing: in the anime, Sasuke did activate his Sharingan then. Quite frankly, makes 100% sense that he would have activated then. However, the reason we don't actually have that as a fact is just because I don't think they ever truly wrote it in the manga. It just makes sense in the anime. It would have made sense. That would have been perfectly clear. And Itachi kind of suppressed it with Genji. Like Sasuke was unaware that he activated it. In this, I can see Sasuke activating it. It's the loss of the trauma of it all is what activates the Sharingan. And after it's all said and done, after the third comes in, it's asked if they're all okay. He's actually surprised to see Mikoto there, and boys, why don't you sit and talk for a little bit? And gives a right, okay, Mom. And he goes and he's like, I'm surprised to see you alive, Mikoto. It's like, yes, Lord Hokage. It's like, so you were not part of the coup? And then she basically says, that's not exactly what happened. And she explains that she initially was, but again, as time went on, she kept seeing her friend in Naruto, that bubbly life, that the love that he just exuberated, that energy, that vibrant happiness that he exuberated, that he radiated. I don't think exuberated is a word, but whatever. And she couldn't bring herself. She had made a promise to her husband and her clan, but it hurt her, and because of that, Itachi spared her. And she swears that whatever happens, there will be no more coup. There's nothing. It is only me, Sasuke, and Naruto now, in terms of who carry the Uchiha name, apart from Itachi. So, And the Kage's looking like, I should take you in for the actions. However, I will let this slide. I will let this go. And she's shocked. Like, she should be taken in, but no. It's like, why? Why are you being so lenient? Because I can see the look in the heart of a mother in you, Mikoto, not the heart of a traitor. And it seems that boy is just full of surprises. The effects he has on people. And he has a soft smile about Naruto as him and Sasuke are kind of just talking outside. It's like, what we assume Itachi gave you the choice to tell them or not. Is that correct? It is. And will you? And Mikoto doesn't answer because that is the end of part 1. So yeah, not much to go on in terms of like growth of character in terms of like Naruto and Sasuke. Don't worry, their relationship will be further explored as they get older, go into the academy, stuff like that. This is the setup for the real bulk of the story. Now, why do they end it with Mikoto living, actually? Because honestly, I could have easily just had it because, like I said, Sasuke being her son, that wasn't enough to change her mind to do the coup. She still was going to do it. But I feel like Naruto is just that character who changes people. And I feel like the maternal instincts, the love that Naruto has, the energy, the happiness he radiates, I think that would have been enough to ultimately give Mikoto a change of heart. And I feel like having Mikoto live aids a bit in the story in terms of how it can affect our character's growth a bit. Whether or not she tells Sasuke or Naruto of why Itachi did what he did, that's the remain seen. We'll keep you updated on What If for next month, Wednesday. So until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will see you folks next time. Later. And obviously, ideas for who wins What If, anything in the channel, put that in the comments below. Anyway, later, folks.